There's loads of noise. What's going on?
I know Holly just put a crisp packet down.
Oh,
He just
right.
went.
Hello, you're very welcome to this episode of My Generation Gap podcast, where you have, this is a fortnightly podcast where you have me, Stuart Vincent Moore, a 50-year-old member of Generation X, talking film, pop culture, telly, music, with my 18-year-old niece, Harriet Pilkington, a member of Generation Z.
Gen Z.
Oh, yeah, Gen Z, yeah. Gen Z, yeah. Yeah, Gen Z. H, how you doing?
I'm all right. I've only got. You're only in one of my headphone ears, so I'm trying to. You know, when you move a cable and then you gain hearing in both ears. I'm trying to do that.
Spin it around.
Yeah. When I move it, I get both, and then when it's still, I only get one. Anyway, I'm good apart from that.
Okay, very good. All right. Now, we're on a tight timetable today because you've got to go off and do other stuff.
Yeah.
We had to quickly watch another film this morning because
Right.
because
You're already pointing fingers.
no fingers here. Because you were supposed to watch Teen Wolf last week, over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You left it so long that it's been taken off all the platforms.
Yeah, you got to now like pay to watch it or like download a membership for things.
H, can I just stop you there? You're a little bit too close to your mic. Back off the mic a bit.
Alright, I'll back off the mic a bit.
Back off the mic a bit. Blooming heck.
Blooming hell.
Blooming numbers. Yeah, it's like it's your first time. What's going on?
Yeah. Whoa. It's because of my mum's laptop. Everything's different.
Oh, right. Okay.
Even my screen's different. I've had a very unorganised week all week.
Oh, well, you're telling me.
Yeah. How's your week? Go on.
Well, I watched Teen Wolf, H.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
I did my homework.
Oh, did yours?
Yeah. Teen Wolf. Do you know what? I'm quite glad, actually, we're not doing Teen Wolf, because I did watch it. And Teen Wolf was a movie that I loved as a child. It came out when I was 10 years old. And it was really... I think it was because there weren't many things to do in 1985.
Yeah.
And films like that were, often really, really big, and everybody went to the cinema to watch them because there wasn't that much else to do. We didn't have trampoline parks and roller discos. Actually, we did have roller discos.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that we did have. But we didn't have trampoline parks and skate parks and things. And vapes. So we had to go to
Vapes.
So we had to go
yes, the most famous activity, vapes.
Yeah, we just had Embassy number 2. So it was just going to pictures.
Just going to pictures and watching films.
What are you doing?
Sorry. Right, I've sorted it.
Right. Yeah, so we didn't have vapes. We didn't have anything like that. So we just went to pictures. And Teen Wolf was massive. It was one of those huge movies. I think it was because it came out straight after Back to the Future, and that was huge. And Michael J. Fox then could just carry off any film.
Did you used to get merchandise for films? Like, obviously, when I was growing up, it was always McDonald's toys. Like, whenever a film came out, there was a McDonald's toy about the film. Like, was there things like that in the 80s?
There were, but it was a very new thing because it was only really Star Wars that kicked that off with the Star Wars collector figures. All the little figurines, all the collectibles you could get. Yeah. And everybody had like their own collection of Star Wars figures, like C-3PO and Darth Vader and the like.
Yeah.
And for Christmas you'd get your well, I never did, but other kids did, got Millennium Falcons and Death Stars and things like that.
To be fair though, like, is it Millennium Falcons or what they're called? They're like worth so much money. I don't think loads of people got them. I think that was quite...
No, they did. They just got played with.
Oh, right, yeah, I see what you mean, just ruined.
Yeah, and they get left out in the rain. And because the Death Star, my mate had a Death Star. It wasn't like a proper Death Star. It was just like a film scene, and it was all made out of cardboard. So if it got left out in the garden, which toys often did, it just get ruined by the rain. So merch was not like merch is now, but Sorry, Ivan's up.
Sorry?
So merch was available, not to the extent that it is now.
Yeah, not to like what it is now. You can go on like Etsy and on like any platform and buy so much merch when anything comes out now, can't you? Or the actual
Yeah.
platforms they come out on and things like that.
No, you have to go to John Britton's toy store in Wakey to get stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was it. Or Argos catalogue. That was
Argos catalogue. To be fair, I remember Argos catalogues. Grandma and Granddad always had. They had like I don't know what you call them, like a stool, and it just had like it was like hollow inside, and it always had like loads of Argos catalogues in there.
Yeah, well, I suppose the Argos catalogue was like the precursor to the internet.
Yeah,
It was,
you just flick through, and there's so
Flick
much
through it.
stuff in there.
yeah, and then you'd order it and go pick it up. So that
Yeah.
was, yeah, I think Argos was probably an early Amazon.
A lot of people. A lot of people say I'm quite confident, and I go like if something's wrong, I will go say, oh, this is wrong. And I think one of the reasons for that, like my mum when she was younger, she said she never used to be that confident. Like if something was wrong, she'd never say it was wrong. So I once went to Argos and they gave me one earring in my earring, like in a jewellery box, and she paid me. She said, I'll give you £5 to go back in the shop and tell them that it's wrong. And I went back in and told them that is why I am the way I am, because of the ladybug Argos earrings.
H, move your mic a bit further back.
Did I do it again?
Yeah.
It's because I'm leaning forward to sit like that.
Forward to sit like
I
that.
know. Is that better if I do that?
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Okay. You'll spend ages having to turn all the volume down on the first half.
It takes me
of it
ages to
still.
edit this. Okay, so we hastily watched. So after you not watching TV Wolf and they get taken off, we hastily watched Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Now I love The Princess Bride. It's a great film. I don't know what you think yet because you've literally just watched it.
Yeah.
And we had like 2 hours to watch it, which is a good job. It's only an hour and a half film.
All right. Enough shade thrown. The listeners understand.
But I'm really pleased that I watched it. It sort of brightened my morning up, so it's really good. So I'll just do a little introduction, H.
Yeah.
As a grandfather reads a fairy tale book to his poorly grandson, The Princess Bride reveals the power of storytelling across the generations. That's
Yeah.
good, isn't it?
That is good, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's nothing to do with the film H. That's... Actually, I can't think of what it is. I can't think of anything.
Oh no! Oh no!
I thought something would come to me then, but
You
it
thought
didn't.
something really funny would just...
Yeah.
So let's just admit this time, this is the Princess Bride.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, actually, this time.
Right, anyway. So, The Princess Bride is a story within a story.
Yeah.
The film is young Kevin Ireland. I forgot his name, actually. It's not Kevin Arnold. That's his character's name in The Wonder Years. Because the actor's name is Fred Savage.
Right.
He played Kevin Arnold in The Wonder Years,
Yeah.
which is a TV show. In this film, I can't remember. Does he get
Oh,
a name?
no.
Does he get a name?
What? Who does he... The grandfather?
No,
or
the
the
grandson.
grandson? The grandson. No, he's called the grandson.
So he doesn't even get a name.
No, he doesn't get a name. He's just called the grandson.
And I don't think his grandfather gets a name either. They're just grandson and grandfather, which actually, that's quite telling in itself. And you
Yeah,
see
the
why in a little-
grandfather.
Yeah, you see why in a little while. But the grandfather's called in by the grandson's mother to sit with him while he's off school because he's poorly. And he comes,
Yes.
and the grandfather's played by Peter Falk. I love Peter Falk. He plays Columbo for years and years on telly.
Oh, wow.
And he's a great film actor as well. Peter Falk is brilliant. And he reads a story to his grandson, who doesn't really want to hear it because he just wants to play computer games, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Poorly. And he reads a the story called The Princess Bride, which is a fairy tale story, and of course, being a young boy who's into computer games, he doesn't really want to hear it, but gradually over through the story, he gets into it, doesn't he? And
Yeah, he does.
it's the story of Wesley, who is actually, what is he? He's working on the land, isn't he, for the princess, who is called
Yeah, is he a farm
yeah, like
hand?
a farm hand who's working on a farm
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Princess Buttercup,
Yeah.
who they fall in love, and they fall in. I mean, for a love story, they fall in love within the first 5 minutes, don't they?
To be fair, a lot of love stories like that on TV. Like they're just like 5 minutes and that's it.
Yeah, and I think that's quite telling, and you'll see why.
Okay.
They fall in love very quickly, and he has to leave to earn his fortune so that he can marry the Princess Buttercup. And he leaves, but doesn't return, does he? He's gone for 5 years. So the Princess Buttercup, in that time, her hand is promised to the Prince Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
Prince Humperdinck.
Do you think that Lord Farquaad is loosely set on Humperdinck?
Lord Farquaad, what's that? Oh,
Shrek.
from Shrek.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because the scene where he's up on the tower and he's speaking about his new bride, he looks, the way it's all set out is exactly as it's like set out in Shrek. The way that he's up on the tower and then the people are like in the, it's very similar.
I would have thought so. I think the writers
Not that I've
of
analysed Shrek, but I do like it.
No, but the writers of Shrek knew what they were doing, and they would have referenced all sorts of famous films. So,
this is what I mean. I think this was in reference to Humperdinck.
I think Shrek did kind of have a nod to films that came before it, and probably so. I wouldn't be surprised if Shrek.
Yeah.
The writers of Shrek didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah.
So the story is Prince Humperdinck, then his bride to be, Princess Buttercup, gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
And he chases her captors.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, she's also being chased by the dread pirate Roberts.
Yeah.
But all is well because the dread pirate Roberts is revealed to be Wesley, the farmhand, and then there's a battle between him, the kidnappers, Prince Humperdinck, who actually set up the kidnapping himself to start a war. It was like a false flag thing, and he was going to start a war with a neighbouring kingdom.
Yeah.
And blame them for trying to kidnap Princess Buttercup so that he could start a war. But that's all foiled by the farmhand Wesley. His two friends that he meets along the way, Fezzik and Inigo Montoya, who were part of the captor gang that was led by Vizzini.
Vizzini. Is he the one who says, he's got a catchphrase, hasn't he? What is it he says all the time?
Well, this film is catchphrase heavy, H.
Yes.
And lots of these things from this film I still say now.
Yes.
And lots of these things were very quotable.
Yes.
Vizzini is always saying, inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Yeah, that's it.
And then there's, I really like Fezzik's line, which is, I do not think that means what you think it means.
Yeah.
But there's loads of quotable things in here. Inconceivable, do you wish? Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
You killed my father. Yeah.
Prepare to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest well and dream of large women.
Yes. Yeah.
Never get involved in a land war in Asia. There's loads of. There's just loads
It
of
is a very
quotable
quotable film. I think I even knew some of them before I watched it.
Well, there are many scenes in this film. You sometimes, it's almost like it goes from set piece to set piece.
Yeah.
I think the most famous part of this film is the bit where the Dread Pirates Roberts is catching up with the kidnappers after they've kidnapped Buttercup, and he first meets. So there's three of them. The three kidnappers are led by Vizzini, who is just he's full of intellect, but he's got no wisdom at all. He's just he's very, very clever, and he knows he's very clever, and he always assumes he's the cleverest person in the room.
Yes.
You have Inigo Montoya, who is the swordman.
Yeah.
He is full of skill and passion, but is constantly being led. He's got no direction, and he's sort of an addict as well. And he's driven by revenge and drink at some points. And Fezzik, is like a big brute. Isn't he? Played by Andre.
I think he's like my favourite.
Yeah, he's great, and he's loyal and loving, and but he's a big, strong. He's just brute strength. Big. So those three kidnappers, as the Dread Pirate Roberts is pursuing them, they're kind of battled one by one, aren't they?
Yeah.
So as they climb the cliffs of insanity.
Yeah.
The first one is the sword fight, which the sword fight is very, very famous.
Why is it so famous?
I think it's that thing where they start fighting and Inigo Montoya is starting to get beat, and he goes, "I can tell you're very good." And the Dread Pirate Robert says, "Well, why are you laughing then? Why are you smiling?" He said, "Because I know something that you don't, and I'm not left-handed." And he puts the sword in his right hand, and then he starts winning.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Well," and then the Dread Pirate Robert starts smiling. He says, "Well, why are you smiling?" He said, "Well, I'm not left-handed either." And then they both start fighting with the right hands. And
then, they do.
Inigo Montoya gets beaten by the Dread Pirates Roberts. He doesn't kill him; he just knocks him out. And then
Can we talk about the fact that Princess Buttercup had said that she was so in love with Wesley, right? Like, that she was, you know what I'm going to say, so in love with him, yet did not recognise him when he had a mask over his, like, just this bit of his face. Like, there was still his whole, like, body and face here and eyes, everything. Still didn't recognise him.
No.
No.
His Errol Flynn moustache, which is very much made to look like Errol Flynn in this movie. And then the next scene is the fight. So you have Dread Pirate Roberts, or Wesley, showing his skill and passion as a sword fighter. And then he has a fight with Fezzik.
Yeah.
And he beats him in one-to-one combat, doesn't he? He kind of strangles him until he passes out, showing that he can overcome brute strength. And he has the strength to do that. And then he overcomes Vizzini with a battle of wits, because he makes them both drink poison. And what nobody else knows is that Dread Pirate Roberts has spent years building up an immunity to the poison.
Yeah.
I mean, that scene where they're swapping cups. So you would clearly put the wine in the glass close to you, knowing that I would take your glass.
Yeah, but then you would also put the wine in the glass closest to me, because you know that I'm an intelligent man.
Yeah. But you are from Australia, and Australians are all criminals, so therefore you would not.
He just goes round and round and round and round and round and round.
Yeah, and it's great, and then he drinks the poison and dies, doesn't he?
Yeah, I do like the comedic factor. I know we don't cover a lot of comedies for the fact that we did comedies
jokes
like at the start where we just ended up all the time repeating jokes, but I do feel like there's enough in this film to actually dissect it and talk about it, as well as the fact that the comedy is so good. But I feel like we don't always get to talk about good comedy because we don't cover things with comedy for that reason. But this is just enough that, like, when he's talking and he's like, aha, and then he just goes, oh, and then he just faints, and like the timing of everything is just really good in this film. For an older film, I would say it's one of my favourites we've done in
Oh, really?
Gen X. Yeah.
Oh, I'm pleased about that. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those perfect films, H. There's not wasted me a moment in it.
Yeah. Do you know what it kind of reminded me of? And one of a bizarre comfort film, but growing up, one of my comfort films was Labyrinth. The structure of it, the kind of the fantasy of like the puppets and everything like that. Also, one thing I want to talk about is the giant rat. That had to be a person in that rat.
Oh yeah, it's a man in a suit. Yeah.
Yeah, but then because obviously I think the little ones are puppets, so I thought it was a giant puppet at first. The little rats, they're
All right.
puppets.
Yeah.
So then I thought the giant one was going to be a really big puppet, like in Labyrinth, and then I was like, that's a person. I just wasn't expecting it. When you get used to like SFX or like puppets in older films, I wasn't expecting them to actually put a person in a rat costume.
Yeah, you can like see the legs moving. It's very
Yeah,
definitely
that's what I mean. Yeah.
the rodents of unusual size, the
Yeah.
ROUSs.
ROUS.
Yeah. So anyway, so the Dread Pirate Robbers, he rescues the princess from her kidnappers.
Yeah.
They get into an argument, don't they? Because he says, "Oh, you didn't, you were unfaithful. You said you loved this guy and you're marrying the prince. What's going on? You obviously didn't love this guy." And they get into a big fight and she pushes him down a big hill.
Yeah.
It was like that big hill from Karate Kid when
Yeah.
it pushed Daniel down that big hill. And then as he's falling down the hill, he shouts, "As you wish," which is what Wesley used to say to all the time, didn't they, when they fell in love. So she realises actually who he is, and she hurls herself off the...
Actually, I've only just put that together. That's how my week's been. I've only just put it together. I heard what he said and I was like, oh. And she goes, Wesley. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought maybe his mask came off. Not the catchphrase.
No, so he's rolling down the hill and shouting, "As you wish." And she goes, "Oh, that's Wesley." So she hurls herself off after him and they collapse.
Also, why would you do that?
What?
Why would you just throw yourself as well down the hill?
Well, I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? You do things, crazy things.
Well,
for
yeah.
Love, don't you?
Yeah.
I think that was the point of it. The things that you do for love are not always logical or thought about. You don't think, do you? Just act on impulse.
Yeah.
There you go. I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
So now they realise who each other are. They're still being followed by Prince Humperdinck, who's trying to get his bride back, despite the fact that he already arranged for that kidnapping.
Yeah.
To start a war. They end up going through the forest with the fire swamps in it.
Yeah, the fire swamps,
Rodents of unusual size. They come out the other side, they're captured by Humperdinck and his men, separated. The princess is put in the tower, so she's married to Humperdinck. And Wesley is put on... Well, he's kidnapped, isn't it? She says, if you let him go, I'll marry you, but you've got to put him back in his ship with all his crew. He promises, but of course he's lying. And he's put to torture and supposedly put to death. But he's rescued by Fezzik and Inigo.
Yeah.
Who go and realise... Actually, why do they realise? Why do they...
I don't know why they go for him, actually. I assume they're just trying to show that they were friends at that point. But then I don't know why they would... Unless...
So Inigo goes back to his village to say...
Yeah.
We go back to the beginning. Mission failed, so we go back to the beginning, and he's waiting for orders from Fazzini because he doesn't know he's dead. Fezzik comes and finds him, nurses him back to health, feeds him.
Yeah, I think the film gets slightly more fast-paced and a little bit, not confusing, but a little bit kind of off track about 3/4 of the way through, and then it kind of pulls back like 20 minutes before the end. I felt there was a little bit of it, and I feel like it was around the part of the torture that I did drift off a bit. But to compare to other 80s films we did, it still held my attention more than any other. Well, more than others.
I think this is one of the great things about this film, H, is it takes all these tropes.
Yeah.
All these characters. You've got the hero.
Yeah.
You've got the I mean, it's pastiche, isn't it? Because it mimics fairy stories and love stories, but it celebrates it rather than mocks it.
Yeah.
It takes all the tropes of the hero, the damsel in distress,
yeah,
all the villains, and
Yeah.
it flips them. It
Yeah.
flips them all,
Yeah.
and breaks loads of the rules of storytelling.
Yeah.
The film doesn't fit the normal formulaic thing of storytelling, like you say. It's got all this action in the beginning, and
Yeah.
then when
Was that quite a new thing as well when it was done?
I don't know if it was a new thing. It might have been a new thing in children's, like a kids film,
Yeah.
messing around with story structure
Yeah.
like this. But it takes the, you got the Dread Pirates Robert, and when he actually faces his nemesis, the antagonist, Prince Humperdinck, he's actually paralysed, isn't he? He's the helpless one.
Yeah.
And so there's no big fight with the
Yeah.
big baddie. And that fight with the big baddie is an ego's fighting Count Royan, because
Yeah,
he's
for
the
killing his dad.
for the six-fingered
You
man.
killed my dad. What was it? And you will die. You killed my...
You've killed my father, prepare to die.
That's the one.
That's the big fight, the big...
Also, how was he just stabbed and fine?
Again, it's
Yeah.
story, fairy
It's
story.
that, yeah.
It's taking those things and celebrating them, and also flipping them, reversing everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I felt that in the film. I did feel that in the film.
yeah.
Defo.
And I think the love story
Yes.
in this film, I think there's 3 love stories in this film.
Yeah.
You've got the fantasy love story between Wesley and Buttercup,
Yeah.
the princess. But they fall in love very quickly, which they often do. But
Yeah.
they give up on each other really quickly.
Yeah.
And he's gone for 5 years, and she said, he's not coming back. And
Yeah.
he goes off to earn his fortune and doesn't come back until she's
Yeah.
engaged to marry somebody else.
Yeah.
A bit sniffy.
It's...
You've got the family
Yeah.
love story with the grandfather, the grandson,
Grandfather and the yeah.
connecting with each other through story
Yeah.
again.
Which I
And
think is a
that's-
really powerful thing. Like, you think about how you connect with a lot of your family, and a lot of it is through stories.
It really
It's
is
a massive
yeah.
thing, isn't it?
I think that's how my dad is kept alive, isn't he? By
Definitely.
the stories that we tell.
100%.
And he kept his dad alive and all his
Yeah.
family just by stories.
Yeah.
We know a lot of our family history just through stories. That's how
Yeah.
things are passed down
Yeah.
through storytelling. And we've got those family stories that we retell, and that's how you keep people alive, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think it creates those bonds when people are alive, and you kind of, and then when they pass, like you said, it carries on.
Yeah, the
It carries
power
on
of
for
storytelling.
it carries on for you hear about families talking about things for decades, centuries of just stories that just...
Yeah. But I think the biggest love story in this film, and I think it's probably the heart of the film and drives everything, is Fezzik and Inigo.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, definitely.
Because the characters in there, they're pure. I mean, they start off as being like villains because they're on the
Yeah.
side of the... But they're just mercenaries. They're just paid to do a job.
Yeah.
And they're doing that job, but they do it with honour.
Yeah.
Both of them, they don't... when you've... Inigo, he's waiting for the Dread Pirates Robert to climb the cliff. He
doesn't just chuck him off the
could just
cliff.
throw
Yeah.
rocks at him while he's climbing up. He waits for him. He helps him up. He gives him the rope and says, "Okay,
Yeah.
now you're up. Now we're supposed to fight. So let's fight." And they do it.
Yeah.
They do it with honour. They do it with
Yeah.
fairness. And and then he meets Fezzik, who throws rocks at him, but he misses at first. And he said, although he was ordered to just throw a rock at his head from a hidden position, he said, "I'm not going to do that."
Yeah.
So he throws a rock at him, and it smashes off another boulder. And he says, "I did that to let you know I'm here." And you know, we're going to fight now because that's what I'm paid to do and that's my job and we'll do
Yeah.
that. And so, again, it's all with honour and fairness
Yeah.
until he meets Vizzini, who's got very little honour and
Yeah.
fairness. So when they come around after that, you have Inigo who goes back to the beginning and he's drinking and he's hurt and he doesn't know what to do. He's full of this revenge, this addiction.
Well, he
this
says,
driving
doesn't
force
he?
behind.
Like, he says that all he lived for ages was just revenge.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with his life.
Yeah.
But Fezzik comes along, he finds him, and he
Yeah.
saves him because he was about to get murdered by the militia that comes to empty the village. He feeds him, he nurses him back to health,
Yeah.
and they go off to find the princess. And all the way through, there's a beautiful, well, it's not that beautiful, but it's telling. It's a scene where Inigo finally sees the six-fingered man, which the six-fingered man is Count Rugen. Is it Rugen or Ruin? Rugen.
I think it's Rugen or Rogan
Yeah. And he's like the hand of Prince Humperdinck, isn't he? He's like the next baddie down, the next
the
layer
next
of
baddie down. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
the next baddie down. And Inigo finds him, and it's a six-fingered man, and he's absolutely just driven to. It's his desire, and nothing's going to stop him. And he does his, you know, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah.
And
I love the bit when he's trying to break the door down for ages.
That's the scene that I was talking about. So
Yeah.
Rugen runs off through the castle, down the corridor, into a room, and shuts the door and bolts it. And you see Inigo hurling himself at this door, and he can't break it at all. And there's no other reason for that scene other than for him to say, Fezzik, I need you. And he screams it, doesn't he? He screams, Fezzik. It makes me cry now thinking about it. Fezzik, and he just comes and...
I get it, but it's not that.
It is, it's beautiful, because Fezzik just drops everything.
Yeah, he does. He drops exactly. It's in the middle of it. Yeah.
He's holding Wesley.
Yeah.
Because they've just rescued
He
Wesley.
props Wesley up on the thing, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he goes off and he just punches the door in. And because even though he's facing his nemesis and it is like an addiction, isn't he? And he's chasing it. But he just needs help.
Yeah.
And he does it without question.
He doesn't say to him, "Oh well, why didn't you? Well, you're not strong enough." Or where he just he just pure friendship. He just does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the love between those two.
I'm in the middle of this.
And then there's a scene at the end, isn't it, where Inigo sees that Wesley Buttercup have overcome Prince Humperdinck.
Yeah.
And he runs into the room, and the first thing he says is, "Where's Fezzik?"
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything else. But
Yeah.
And Fezzik's outside with the 4 white horses.
With the 4 white horses, yeah.
I thought we'd look what I found. I thought we'd need 4 of them in case we found in case we find a lady. Hello, lady.
Yeah.
So
And he says, "You did something right."
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? So I think the love between those two, that bond between them, that friendship, that love between them is the heart of the film, and
I'd actually agree with you there because I felt that watching it.
Yeah.
So I totally get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So that. It wasn't Fezzik, come here, break this door down, help me. It's I need you.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. There's a scene in this. There are loads of cameos. You see all the cameos. In fact, H, you won't know the cameos in this film because there were loads of comedians that were around in the 1980s that played little cameos in this film, and they sort of made it as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed it.
No, so there was poor Mel Smith, who died really young.
Yeah.
He played the albino, who was like the torturer.
Yeah.
And Mel Smith was a very, very famous comedian and film director.
Wow.
He made a film called The Tall Guy, actually, which we should watch. That was very good. He also made a film called Morons from Outer Space, which we won't watch that. It wasn't very good. But I like The Tall Guy. I think The Tall Guy was the first film that Emma Thompson was in, and Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, really good film. Anyway, I digress. There's Mel Smith in it playing the torturer. Billy Crystal is in there playing Miracle Max.
Yeah.
His wife is Carol Kane. Peter Cook plays the what's he called? He plays the vicar, but he's not just the vicar. His title is something like the Remarkable Vicar or the Unbelievable Vicar.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The one who's married.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And all these little characters that pop up every now and again that provide this comic relief, like that Billy Crystal scene as Miracle Max, where he's talking about how his employer Humperdinck was.
Yeah.
He used to employ him, didn't he? And he's like a disgruntled employee.
Yeah.
And so they go off and rescue Wesley, don't they? Because Wesley's
They do.
being tortured by the albino and Humperdinck. And Humperdinck has made this torture machine called the Machine.
Yeah.
And it literally sucks life from Wesley,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And there are essentially The Princess Bride. I think it's a children's story,
Yes.
right? But there are so many adult things in
There's
this
lots of morals
film.
in it. I feel like it's a very moral-based story. You know what I mean? You can see very clearly people's morals and what is right and what is wrong. And I think that's why I think things like that are often in children's stories for obvious reasons.
Yeah, well, fairy stories are
Yeah,
often about morals, aren't they?
they are.
Oh, I'm all sniffy. H.
You got hay fever?
No, I don't get hay fever. I don't know what it is. Anyway, maybe I should stop drinking coffee. I think it might be coffee that's making me all
It
stuffy.
won't be coffee. It'll be hay fever. Do you get a cold every May?
No, I don't get hay fever.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
You can just get hay fever though. You're not born with it. You can develop it and then undevelop it.
Develop it and undevelop it.
Yeah. I get hay fever, not undevelop it, but like I get hay fever for certain plants and it's not every year, but some years I'm really bad. It's in my eyes that I get my hay fever the most. But it's not particularly every year. But if some plants only flower once every 3 years and that's the plant you're allergic to and it's everywhere,
Right.
you never know.
Well, it's not hay fever.
Diagnosed hay fever.
But I think, as well as the morals and the fables that are told
Yeah.
in this story, which you know,
Yeah.
it being a classic fairy story, which it is, fairy story,
Yeah.
but not fairy story, like a subversion of a fairy story, but still having those themes in it.
Yeah.
I think there's also quite a political edge to this,
Definitely.
because you have a Prince Humperdinck, who is desperate for power. So when his father
It just
dies,
so reminds me of Shrek, though. Some of you may die, and that's
Yeah.
a sacrifice I'm willing to take.
Yeah,
It is
he
very political, yeah.
and he is all he's bothered about is power. He
Yeah.
doesn't even really want a wife, does he?
No.
He's just wanted. He just
Yeah.
wanted a bride to start a war, to create
Yeah.
a false flag, because the military-industrial complex, H, is what drives a lot of very wealthy people. Oh, stupid phone.
You got silence then.
Yeah. So the military-industrial
Yeah.
complex is what drives a lot of very wealthy people, because war can make a lot of money
Yeah.
for a certain type of person and certain people.
Yeah.
And capitalism is all within that because, you're looking to expand, colonize, and people in power want to do that. They're just always wanting to expand and colonize other parts of the world, and that's what Humperdinck is doing, to the point where they emphasize that, because when you talk about the machine,
Yes.
which is what people call the machine, which is what capitalism is, the machine is actually a machine called the machine.
Yes.
And all it does is suck
life out of
out
something.
of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really symbolic. Like when you think about it.
Yeah, when you think about it, yeah, just put this person on the machine and
just suck life out of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've just taken a year of your life.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll turn it up to 50.
Yeah.
And we'll just take 50 years of your life.
Yeah.
That's what the machine does.
Yeah.
Which is the machine of capitalism, which is born out of wealthy individuals, capitalists, exploiting other people to make more money, which is what is happening in this film.
Just like Lord Farquaad.
Just like Lord Farquaad. Just like many other people that we see constantly bidding for power right now in the US and the UK and all over the world. Such as it ever was.
Yeah. We noticed something in the film, which is that compared to more modern films where you have more, well, not, I suppose not even modern, I would suppose more like 2010 films, they tend to have the symbolism that we just talked about, the storylines, things like that, and the character development. But what they usually have is like a right twist at the end, or like some sort of thing that like ties it all together. And we were watching it, and it got to the last bit with the granddad and the son, and he was like, Harley just went, I bet the granddad's Wesley. I was like, no, that won't work. And then it just never happened, and then the film just ends. But it was like Harley was expecting more from it, but I can understand why, because that's kind of what we got in films when we grew up. It always had that at the end.
Yeah, but
no matter what it was.
I think Harley might have been right. Because
no.
Well, listen, what is Peter Falk's last line in this film? What does he say when he says, "Oh, you can come back and tell me another story another time"? What's
as
Peter
you
Falk's,
wish.
As you wish.
Yeah.
So it's not.
I think we may have missed that.
It's not saying it explicitly, but I think.
I suppose, really, even though it's not specifically him, he's telling stories about maybe to do with his life.
Well, maybe we're all Wesley. Maybe everybody is.
Maybe everybody is Wesley.
Or maybe everybody should strive to be Wesley. That combination of...
I don't know. He did threaten to hit a woman in the middle of the film.
Yeah, well, yeah. My hand was straight.
Yeah, that was the only bit of the film that I went, ooh! That shocked me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, yeah. But
you forgot about that.
I didn't, yeah.
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 Well, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. I mean, I know he was doing it so that she would...
It was to put the viewers off thinking it was him, or her thinking it was him, and that type of thing, or children.
So
but yeah.
But yeah, you're right. But to be a combination of intellect, strength, skill, passion,
yes,
all those kind of things. That combination of those three.
Mr.
Traits.
Miyagi, basically.
Mr. Miyagi, basically. Yeah, and then to have the final scene where he's the one that needs to be rescued. He's the one that's laid in bed, helpless.
Yeah.
And the fight with the big baddie is just him calling his bluff and just standing up.
And his friends helping him.
And his friends helping him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because without them,
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we're all Wesley, or we
True.
should all be Wesley.
Yeah, very true.
So, H,
Yeah.
I can honestly say I'm pleased that we watched this
Yeah.
rather than Teen Wolf, even though I did watch Teen Wolf and reminded me how bad some films could be from my
Yeah.
childhood. This was the opposite of that. It reminded me
Yeah.
how great this film was.
Well, that's good.
Would you give
I
it
would.
a
I
Gen
would
X
definitely. Yeah, I would definitely give it a Gen X win.
win? Yeah, and because actually it doesn't look dated at all, does it?
No, I think because it's so purposefully done that, like, when I watched Labyrinth, there's something about it because it is all puppets and things like that. It just doesn't look as dated. Well, actually, no, it does. It looks more dated than this. I'm not sure
Labyrinth
why.
looks dated, but
Yeah,
this
it does.
isn't dated. I think because of the costumes. I think because of
Yeah.
the scenes. A lot of the
And then
scenes,
I
it's
do
all-
think it is partly to do with the purposefully done things like puppets and certain action shots.
Yeah, and all the sets there weren't any sets. I think it was all just filmed in real settings. I think it was filmed in
Yeah.
a stately home somewhere. And I don't think
Yeah.
they built a castle. And they don't build a set. I mean, there was obviously some sets in
Yeah.
the forest and things with the fire swamps and things.
Yeah, the fires. Yeah, they weren't natural.
No, they weren't natural. But I think it hasn't dated
Yeah.
as well. Not like Teen Wolf. I mean, Teen Wolf. There was some
Kind of
bits
glad I
where
didn't have
you
to
go,
watch it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, and it makes you wince.
Yeah.
You think you would not say those words now.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't have said them.
You can't
then.
say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't think you should have said that in the 1980s. Let alone.
Yeah. That should never have been said.
No. And there's that end scene in Teen Wolf where, which you might not have read, but there's a scene in the end where they win the basketball game and everybody stands
Yeah.
up, and Scott goes over to hug his dad, and there's somebody stands up and they've just got the trousers undone.
Yeah, I did think it would be a little bit of a problematic one from looking at the trailer, to be honest.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
was. So I'm pleased that you didn't have to go through that.
Yes.
I'm a bit annoyed that I did. But Princess Bride, Generation X win.
Yes.
In my eyes. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Simply the test. Da, 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 better than all the tests. Question 1, H.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Princess Buttercup tries
Yeah.
to evade her captors, and she jumps, when they get her on the boat, she jumps into the sea to swim off,
Yeah.
and there are eels.
There are.
Let's see, what type of eels are they?
No, I knew there were eels, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Man-eating eels?
Man eating it, there were shrieking eels.
Shrieking eels.
Shrieking eels, H, 0 for 1. That was a terrible start. Oof.
I had eels.
Eels, they climb up, they land the ship, and they climb up the cliffs
Ew.
of...
Insanity.
The cliffs of insanity. Princess Buttercup gets rescued by Wesley, and
Yeah.
they go into what type of swamp?
Fire.
Fire swamp, where lives the what type of rodent?
Oh, O-U-R, something O-U-R. No,
R-O-U-S.
R-O-U-S, is that it?
R-O-U-S is, yeah, what does R-O-U-S?
So that is rodents of unusual size.
Rodents of unusual size, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. 3 for 4, H.
yeah.
What snack did I watch while I was watching this film?
When did you watch the film?
Well, when do you think I watched this film, H? Seeing as you told me that we were watching this 2 hours ago. So I had breakfast, H. So what I'm asking you is, what did I have for breakfast?
Okay. Sourdough bread that you'd
Well-
made?
No, I didn't make it. I don't make sourdough.
What is it you make?
Soda bread sometimes.
Soda
anyway.
bread.
But no, I had toast, H, but what did I put on that toast?
Marmite. And peanut butter.
Well, Mama, you got 2 out of 4. Another 2 things.
And out of 4, jam.
3 out of 4. What's the 4th? What's the final thing?
Condensed milk.
No, come on. Marmite, peanut butter, jam, and then
Jam.
what would you put on top of that? Come on, H.
Well, did you not have butter?
Yeah, well, that goes. That's
Right,
implicit,
okay.
isn't it? So
Well,
butter.
not for somebody with
On
gallstones.
butter
no.
goes your Marmite. On your
Yeah.
Marmite goes peanut butter. On your
Right.
peanut butter goes jam.
Yeah.
On all those things, what goes with all those things, H?
Cream.
A banana, mush
A
banana.
banana.
Come on.
You know what? Yeah, that's valid. I should have got that.
Brings it all together.
Valid. I've literally just had banana and golden syrup and yogurt and cereal and a bit of hot chocolate powder on a crumpet, so I should have guessed that, really.
Yeah.
Because I finished mine off with a banana.
Yeah. What a cloth head.
What a...
What a cloth head. 3 out of 5. You fail the test again.
Right. Again.
Yep. You're never gonna get your pound and a drink here, H.
Well, I got my 50p in a drink, didn't I?
Well, you say that, but
Yeah, well, actually, I never got my 50p in a drink.
well, actually, do you know what? It's
What?
we're nearly 6 months into the year, and I still
Yeah.
haven't given you your Christmas presents because I haven't seen you since before Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's how
That's
much
quite
we
true,
haven't
yeah.
seen each other since
Earl.
before Christmas.
Yeah, we don't see each other Earl anymore.
No, what's going on?
I know.
Right. Well, it's time for this. He's eaten a burger and he's marking it out of 5 this week. Sorry.
Every time.
He's eaten a burger and he's marking it out of 5. H. This week, I've gone Spanish.
Right. Whereabouts? Not actually in Spain. You haven't been to Spain, have you?
No, actually, I say Spanish, but it's not Spanish. It's just, and it's not even a Spanish restaurant, but it's called Mesa.
Okay. Right.
Which is Spanish for table, isn't it? It's Spanish for table, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stupid phone, put that on silent. Yeah, so I've gone Spanish.
Yeah.
But it's not a Spanish restaurant. So I
Okay.
don't know why they called it Mesa. Because, H, they do a burger in this Nottingham restaurant
Yeah.
that has regularly got 10 out of 10 and high reviews on
Ooh, from other...
food reviewers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not specific burger reviewers, though, are they? Or are they?
No, they haven't been. Although there's one food reviewer who was reviewed several burgers within the Nottingham area,
Right.
and gave Mesa 10 out of 10. But then they did give the Secret Burger Club like a 10 out of 10 as well, and that wasn't that great, was it, last week?
No.
But yeah, Mesa. This is in Hockley in Nottingham, which is where all the cool kids hang out.
Yeah.
Which is why I was there. Yeah,
Yes.
as one of the cool kids. It's called the Ex-Dairy Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's called that.
Okay.
Well, I know why it's called a cheeseburger. It's because it's a burger that's got cheese in it.
Yeah, I would think so.
So, Mesa, Hockley, Nottingham, Ex-Dairy Cheeseburger, 4.25.
Ooh, that's second highest ever.
No, not the second highest ever, but it's up there. It's up there, but it's.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I think one of the benchmarks I have is, and it's a chain restaurant, which I was surprised it got so high,
Yeah.
was Miller and Carter and their burger that got like 4.5. There was a chain one in. So we've had a few
Oh, okay.
mid-4s.
Yeah.
There's the Holy Grail, which was Beefy Boys. That got like a 4.9, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So this was
Okay, yeah, that's true. But it's
this
up
was
there.
this was good.
Yeah.
Not great. Better than like disappointing.
Yeah.
And
Was it what you expected? Was it
no,
more or less?
it was less than I
Okay.
expected more.
Well, maybe you're just getting high expectations.
Well, shouldn't you have high expectations? You should have high expectations, shouldn't you?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'm at fault
Are you
there,
becoming
H.
like burger biased?
I don't think I'm at fault for having high expectations, H.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this burger had bone marrow burger sauce, dill
What did
pickles.
that taste like?
Well, do you know what? It just tasted like burger sauce.
It probably was just burger sauce.
Yeah, it didn't have any oomph to it. It wasn't that great. Dill pickles, which the pickles tasted nice, but there were too many of them. The balance was
Yeah.
off, Age. The balance wasn't there. It needed. The cheese was in there, but you couldn't taste
I
the
love how
cheese.
enthusiastic you are this week.
You couldn't taste it because I was expecting something special. It's like the Secret Burger Club, Age. I was
yeah.
expecting more. But
Yeah.
that was a competent burger. This is a competent burger, but it's not a great burger. It's good.
Yeah.
It's very good. But it's not a great burger.
It's not
Age.
great.
Somebody loved it, but they didn't love it enough.
Yeah.
People that made this burger did not love it enough.
Did not love it quite enough.
No. Dill pickles, too many pickles, which I don't often say that.
Why don't you just take the pickles off?
Just after.
Yeah, but if you've got too many, then
But you
you'd
don't
rather
know
have
that-
too many because there's different people's preferences. You'd rather put too many on and take them off.
All right, yeah. But
So-
how many times do I talk about a burger and say there weren't enough pickles in it or there weren't any pickles in it? I love a pickle, H.
Yeah.
I love a pickle. I mean, if there's one thing that's said about me, you know when you talk about family stories, they'll say that about me, H, when I'm gone. Oh, yeah, Stuart, he loved a pickle. He loved a pickle.
Yeah, I'll make sure to pass that on, don't worry.
Yeah, it's one of my defining features. It's one of my key characteristics.
Yeah,
Yeah, he loved a pickle.
yeah,
That's what they say about me.
yeah.
So
That's what you're known for.
it should have been better. The sauce wasn't great.
Yeah.
Too many something I've written down here, but I can't read my writing.
Probably pickles.
Probably
Again.
pickle.
I've written twice for emphasis.
Or maybe it was too much sauce. I don't know. But the balance wasn't right in there. I mean, maybe I should have got double, and it might have helped it out. But even then, the cheese wasn't there, and it just wasn't. And the meat was good. It was cooked great. It was, and the bread was really nice. It was like really soft, like milk bun. It was like a brioche, but it was like soft and fluffy. But it still maintained its integrity.
Do you know what I had this week?
What?
A burger. I
What
made
burger?
myself a fat-free burger.
Oh, really fat-free? Well, completely fat-free. How did you do that?
Well, less than 1 gram of fat. I did vegan mince, right? Bit of breadcrumbs, little bit of water and a tiny bit of ketchup. Mushed it all until it was a bit more solid. Made them into little patties. Baked them in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
Flipped them halfway through. Put them between a burger bun. And I put a Laughing Cow triangle, the lowest fat one you can get, because it's only like 0.4 or something. Spread that on. And then I put lettuce, cucumber, tomato sauce, burger. It was amazing.
All right.
So, 5 out of 5 for my burger.
Well, do you know what, H? It's not H's
I knew you
homemade
were gonna
vegan
say
burger
that.
review, is it? It's Burger Stuart's burger review.
Well,
it's a
I've taken
theme
over.
tune. Now,
Yeah,
having said all that about the burger, H,
yeah.
I got some fries with it because it didn't come with fries. You had to pay extra for the fries because it's a restaurant, so it's going to be a bit more expensive, isn't it? And these fries H, somebody did love these fries.
Ah, are they 5 out of 5 fries?
I think I would give the fries 5 out of 5.
Wow.
They,
So were they
ca-
thin fries?
yeah, they were like fries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fried fries. Yeah,
not like thick cut chips or anything.
yeah,
But they were still really potatoey.
yeah.
Uh,
But were they crunchy?
they were crunchy, really crispy, not fatty or greasy. They were cooked
Yeah.
to perfection, and they were seasoned with their own like homemade seasoning, which was. I don't actually know what it was, but it wasn't just like salt and paprika and a bit. It was really well seasoned, perfectly seasoned, and the sauce with it was miso and confit garlic dip.
Oh.
That could have been a little bit better, but it was still.
Okay.
It wasn't the flavour. It could have been a bit more flavoursome, I think.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. It was still good.
Yeah.
So, what I would say is, Messer, Nottingham, go for the burger, stay for the fries.
You just made their own catchphrase.
Go for
You'll
the
be the
burger, stay for the
mascot
fries.
now. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Messer.
Messer.
So that's the age. I think we're all done, apart from what's your telly been this week?
Do you know what? I don't know what we've watched on telly this week. I don't think we've watched any telly. I've been so busy. I did do something with the telly though. I hit my head on the telly. So as you can see, we have an ordinary size telly here.
Yeah,
And then as you can see, this side we've got a Macatelli, which is ridiculous, that covers over the entrance to the ensuite. Now, when it's tilted to face towards the bed.
Right.
So I told Harley not to do that because I'd hit my head on it already. And Harley went, no. And then I brushed my teeth in the sink one night, and as I turned around to walk back in the room, I went bang, and the whole TV changed colour, everything.
Oh, you broke
It was-
it.
It was that. It's all right now. Don't worry, it's checked.
Check that first.
The whole wall rattled, like the bracket. It was so loud. And then because I was upset, my eyebrows were like, they do that when I'm upset. And I'd convinced myself, as you can see, my forehead dints like that. I thought I'd got a big TV imprint in me. Just because, and then as I started to get less upset, I realised that it was just my eyebrows.
That reminds me, looking at your forehead, there was one time where your mum,
Yeah.
H, my sister,
Yes.
dear listener, Harriet's mum is my sister. I must have been 10.
Yeah.
She must have been about 8, maybe around that age. Maybe a little bit younger. Actually, no, maybe a little bit older. And she had this old box brownie camera, like a really,
I do know this story.
big,
Go
thick,
on.
heavy 35mm camera.
Yeah.
And it was on like a strap, like
Yeah.
a neck strap. And she
Yeah.
stood in the middle of the living room, and it's a bit like the scene from The Simpsons. Have you seen that scene from The Simpsons where
No.
Bart's walking with his arms like in a windmill, and he says, I'm just going to walk with my arms doing this, and if anybody just happens to get in my way, then it's their own fault, isn't it? And then Lisa says, well, I'm just going to walk through this room, kicking my legs in the air like this, and she's kicking out. And if anybody gets in my way, then it's their own fault, and they'll up together and then get into a fight. So before any of that, my sister went, I'm just going to swing this camera around my head like this and walk forward. And if anybody gets in my way, and there's only me in the room.
I didn't know it was like that. She just said that if this hits anybody on the head, this is going to work. That's all I heard.
Yeah. And if this camera hits anybody in his head, then it's their own fault, isn't it? And it'll really hurt. And I was like, huh? Anyway, she did all that. And she only went and smacked her own head. And it hit the middle of her forehead so hard. It was like a cartoon. This lump came out and it went, whoop. And you see YouTube videos now where they do that prank where they get people to put their head up like that and they like balance an egg on their forehead. Have you seen that? And there's usually like a couple of people doing it, and then the third person, they go, all right, you balance, right, it's your turn now. And what they don't realise is they put super glue on the egg. They're balancing the egg like this, and then they go forward, and the egg is super glued. And they go, oh, you're doing really well, you balance it on your head for ages.
Yeah.
And then they put their head straight, and it's super glued to the head.
It's super glued on.
She looked like that. This big egg-shaped lump came up.
That is a hard hit.
Yeah, and we all just went, huh? Again. And I was just like the other side of the room going, well,
Just watching it all play out.
if this camera hits anybody on yeah, just watch it all play out.
Yeah.
From the range of emotions that I went through, from one was like, what?
Was it a perfect film?
It was like a perfect film because it started off like this. It had a beginning, a middle, and then so the beginning was, you know, like the threat of here's the threat of violence.
Yeah.
Here's an older brother being threatened by the younger person. Yeah, with a weapon.
Yeah.
In an act of unprovoked violence.
Unprovoked.
Yeah. This was a statement of threat,
Yeah.
unprovoked violence being enacted out.
Yeah.
And then you have the action part, the middle part.
Yeah.
Act 2 with the camera in motion.
Swinging. Yeah.
Swinging violently, fast, throughout the air.
In the air. Yeah.
In the air, yeah. Yeah. And then the resolution, H. The resolution where, you know, the antagonist gets their comeuppance.
The end.
The end. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. So that was like a perfect film. But it lasted, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Perfect length for a film, in theory.
Yeah. I forgot now we started talking about that. What was
I
that?
don't know, TV. We're at the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you talked about banging your head on the...
Yeah, on the TV.
on the telly. Yeah. So you haven't been watching telly, you've just been headbutting them.
You've just been putting him instead, yeah.
Well, we watched a TV show, H, called... Actually, we haven't watched much telly this of last 2 weeks because I've been on jury duty.
You have?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you still on jury duty, or are you off?
All finished. We deliberated over 2... Was it 2 full days? It's a long time, H. It's mentally exhausting.
Yeah,
It's
I can
such
imagine.
a big thing, and you don't realise what it involves until you do it. And I can't really talk. Still, can't really talk much about. You're not allowed to say anything until the courts allow you to do so. So we'll wait, and then I'll talk a bit more about it. But even then, there's certain things that you're not allowed to talk about ever.
Yeah.
So you never really, nobody ever really understands what goes on inside a
Because
jury
it's not
deliberation.
spoken about, because
it's not, because you can't speak about it. Anything that happens in that room should not leave that room.
Yeah.
So nobody ever knows until you're on a jury. You never know what it's like
what it's
inside
like,
that room where 12 people sit down and talk about and hold so many lives in their hand. You know, you're talking about horrible moments, pivotal moments in people's lives. And
and then everybody's got their own opinions, morals, everything. Very complex, isn't it?
It's very complex. Anyway, I won't say any more about it, and we'll probably talk about that later on.
So not much TV for you either, then?
Well, we watched a series. It's on the iPlayer. I recommend it entirely. It's called Mint.
Mint.
Yeah, it's a love story between. It's like Romeo and Juliet. It's like between 2 warring families.
Yeah.
And it's full of love, intrigue, passion, violence.
Wow.
It's a powerful story told from slightly different perspectives. And it's very, very worth. Wow, very worth watching. I would.
Yeah.
It's got some really beautiful, surreal moments in it. The story's told with some really great visual aspects to it. It's very interesting, very well done.
Fab.
So, highly recommend. Mint on
Mint.
the iPlayer.
Good.
Yeah.
I've just noticed that the sun must have come out as we've been recording more and more so because we're both in masses of glare. Like, we both look like we've got like the sun outside our windows.
Well, there you go. That brings us full story because it's a full circle because it's like that scene in The Princess Bride when Inigo Montoya is calling on the memory of his father to help him find out where they should go next when they're looking for Wesley. And he prays, and there's this wonderful scene where he's in the forest, and he calls on the memory of his father to guide his sword to where to go next. And there's the halo of light shining through the trees behind his head.
Yeah,
that's a great scene as well.
It's a good film.
And his sword ends up just pointing to a tree, and he goes, "Huh?" and then there's a secret button that opens up and goes to the torture chamber. A great scene. So it reminds me of my image just now with the halo.
Yeah,
of sun
just now with
head. Silhouetted in beautiful light, like a Spielberg film.
Like a Spielberg film.
Well, that's how Spielberg likes his films, isn't it? All this light, beams of light. Yeah, like Spielbergian images on our screens. So with that, H, how do people get in touch with us? Which they should.
Yeah. So we've got mygenerationgap@gmail.com, which is our email.
Yeah.
We've got Facebook, My Generation Gap, Instagram, My Generation Gap. There's Telepathic. Go see him live or message him.
No TikTok.
On TikTok.
No, I'm saying there's no TikTok.
No TikTok. Yeah.
No TikTok.
Yeah, there's no TikTok because we got perma banned. Yeah.
Perma banned. We still don't know why.
Yeah.
Come and find Terry.
Yeah.
Coming to a comedy festival near you soon.
Yeah.
If you live near Derby or Droitwich. Specifically. Yeah.
All right then.
Right. So on that